Okay then, well what I've done, I've actually put the rest of the kerfing on. I haven't bored you with all the, going through the same process that I did last time, so that's all in place. Now regarding sanding it down, as I said before, it needs a very, very fine angle on this side here, reducing to virtually zero along here. And for that I've made this is a sanding stick, or a plank I suppose you'd call it really. And it's quite simple, it's a very flat piece of plywood, just over 2 foot long. And what I've done, you may be able to see on the end there, I've stuck this piece of wood which will give me the angle I need. On that side there's a piece of 80 grit sandpaper, and the same on that side. But this side doesn't have the wedge on the end. And the idea is, if I put this on here like this, okay, because of that's given a little bit of an angle on it there, that will take it down and give me 1.5 degrees I need for this angle around here. And basically you sand it backwards and forwards like that, and then slowly move it around as and when you need. Now the angle is going to vary slightly, because obviously the shorter you make this, the steeper the angle is going to be. But it's not critical, we're not in engineering here, this is woodwork at the end of the day. So it's not absolutely critical to get it 100% right, but the one thing that is important is to try and keep this reasonably flat so that the neck will fit on straight. So when I've done the angle siding, I'll turn it over, and then you've got a completely flat side there, as you can see, and I'll turn it the other way around and just do it like that. Now I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me half an hour doing this sanding, so I'm going to do this. Then I'll come back to you and I'll show you what the last operation is that we do on this before we start assembling the front and the back. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I've just tried the camera on a bit of a tripod to see whether it will work, just to show you what I'm trying to do. So you put this on here like this, and then basically this is all you do. And you keep moving it round. And all you're trying to do is to get this level and flush. And the way you do it, make sure you've got it right, is you make a little white pencil mark on the edge of the guitar, like that. And once the pencil mark's been sanded down, it's no longer there, you'll know that you've reached the point you need to be at. So it does take a while. Keep checking it, no point in sanding more than you need to. It's one of those things that seems to take ages and then suddenly it all goes at once. So you do have to keep watching it, because you do want to try and keep it reasonably flat. You're not going to have a big bow in it where you've over sanded it. So you need to keep it nice and steady. Keep this end like this, so you get your fingers like that, so the whole edge of it, so you know you're not pushing it too far forward or backwards. The angle remains fairly constant. So it's starting to go. You see the sort of sandy marks on there. Obviously this is the mahogany that's going, and that's the rosewood. And that's the way it goes. So I'll keep doing this, and I'll come back to you when I've finished it. Okay, that's it. It's all sanded. I've done a white chalk line, well, pencil line all the way around the edge. Run the sander around it, just taking the white line off so we know that's all sanded flush. And what I'm going to do now is just hoover away all the dust. Check that there's no glue overspill anywhere, going all around the inside. And then what we have to do is put some side bracing in. That's really just to give the side some strength and to stop it warping it all over the years. It's only a little thing, but it is quite important. Where they're actually placed, I don't think is quite so crucial. Although on the plans, I've got a set of plans for this guitar, they are precisely marked. So I might as well just follow the plans and put them in a similar sort of place, or very similar place. On the last one, I actually lined them up with my back bracing, the X bracing. that again because that seemed to work quite well. I'll have a look at the plans and see where they are first. In the meantime, I'm going to hoover this out. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, we're having a quick look now here. I say the top isn't quite so important. There are some bits of glue dried on here, which will, you can see that, scrape off with a chisel. Isn't too much of it, there's a bit of a nasty spot here, which I should have got earlier really, but apart from that, really good. This is the top part of the guitar anyway. So when the top's on, you've got the sound hole here. You ain't going to see this. This is just more for my personal satisfaction than anything else. It comes up quite easily. You just scrape away at it. Now it's gone. That sounds pretty clean. Neck box is looking good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now then, we need to get the plan out, I think. Put that back there. So I'll look at this plan. Lots of people do these plans, they're all exactly the same. It's a Martin plan, in fact is this the right one? No, it's upside down, no smart arses. There we are. Right, what they've decided to do for some reason, you show it there, that's the side of the guitar, that's one of these. Okay, that's the back, obviously, that's the front where it narrows down. Those are the bracing, side bracing panels or the struts. I don't know if I've got the right wood for that, but then again, doesn't matter that much. It's alright. Right, right. Someone always says that spruce strips instead of cloth. Well, I suppose I'm going to use anyway spruce. I've got some. Not grubby, but keep sanding down. That'll be all right. Yeah, that's what you want. So that's what I'm going to use. Yeah, there you go. So, where are we going to put them? Just get me tape measure. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, I've marked out on the plan the distances between them. I've just got to transfer that to this. Now the way I'm going to do that is use the top, which is this side. So these don't have to be precise, which is probably just as bloody well. The first one we've got is 4.5 inches from the centre line, which is there. So using a bendy, whoops, put it back there, I think, a bendy ruler from there to there. We got 4.5 inches, which is there. Make a good pencil mark on that one. And the next one's 3.5. is there. The next one's 3.5, which is there. Next one's 2.5, which is there. Next one's 3.5, which it isn't because I don't really want to move that that support. So I'm going to make that 2.5. I'll come and put it on there anyway. So what I'll do, I'll measure from the front backwards now, which is 1 down there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So we have wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Got enough wood. Right, so what we do, simply just cut it to size. Now this is spruce. This is Sitka spruce. It's quarter sawn, so the grain is the same as the tops, very straight, so it shouldn't warp, shouldn't bend. It could do with a little bit of a sanding just to smooth it off, just get anything that's loose on it off. It's these little things that make up the detail on the guitar really, so I like to try and do these right if I can. I'm going to do this, so this is going to take a couple of days actually, because again you have to put it on, clamp it, put it on, clamp it all the way around, and I've only got, well, I don't want to use spring clamps, I want to use proper clamps, and I've only got 3 sets, so I can only do 3 at a time. So that's like a morning, an afternoon, a morning and an afternoon. So believe it or not, just putting these in here is going to take me 2 days. So it's going to be a bit slow progress for anybody watching, but I'll put a couple in and then I'll probably come back to it when I'm finishing it off, because otherwise I'll blow the pants off you. Okay, give it a minute, I'll get some sandpaper and we'll make a start. I don't want to use my old sanding stick, and basically all you need to do is this, just to take the roughness off it. Same on the other side. And the other side. Again. Now, I can leave them a square section, or I can round them off, but I think I'll leave these as square. Yeah, I think I'll leave these as a square section. probably just taper the ends a little bit so it fits into those a little bit better. Now I'm not going to measure these, I'm going to put them in and fit them like this. Start with this one. Keep still, thank you. There we go, that's the first one. We'll do that. There's a fine razor saw here, which is nice for this sort of thing, although they do bend. I used to stick up my frets on my last fretboard. Right, bugger. Right, let me just... One, see if it fits. Just slightly proud, which is okay. We'll just sand it down a touch. Okay, fits beautifully. Now I'm going to sand the edge of this down a little bit. I just wonder whether it's possible to use. Yeah, why not? This is, anyway, it does woodwork now, it's a chisel and plane sharpening tool. But it should give me a nice, nice neat 30-degree angle on the... Yeah, see? If you can see that at all, it gives a really nice, neat angle. It goes down a little bit more. Yeah, I don't want it all the way to the end because obviously that's not completely flat. Just a tiny. That'll do it. Lovely. Take that out and try the other side. Take that off, clean it up a little bit with some finer sandpaper. Now hopefully that'll fit in there, which it does. Now I say the actual position of these isn't critical, so rather than try and centre it on the line I put in, I'm just going to use it so it just covers the line. That's what it's going to do. Okay. So what we'll do, I'll glue that one in just to show you what I'm doing, and then we'll switch it off and I'll carry on doing it while you go and have a cup of tea. So, clamps. Right, got a couple of small clamps here. Just going to go in there like that, but you can't see it. I'll go in there like that. I need a little bit of cooling on there just to protect the wood, so I'll just saw up a couple of those. The beauty of this cheap wood is it's already warped, so it doesn't take much. doesn't take much bending to get it the shape of the guitar. Now, the idea is that'll fit on there, and the other one will fit on the other side. That's the idea. So, we need a bit of glue. Before you get your glue, you need something to wipe it off again with, which is that. There we go. So basically, a little bit of the old, just a thin bead of it down there, and you wipe it off with your fingers. Probably the best tool ever invented for doing anything like that. And again, make sure that it's got a nice even coating on. That fits on there, like that. There will be some run out, but it's better to know that you got enough on rather than not enough. You know, turn this like this just to do the first one. I know you can't see what I'm doing. That might be a good thing. Just nipping the edge of it, which is okay, that's fine. Next one. It should work a bit easier on this one. Now, you can't really see there, but I'll show you like this. There's a bit of run out from the glue, which is good. It means I know that it's pressed in properly. What I tend to do, I've got an old chisel here, this one here. I tend to try and wipe off a lot of that while it's still wet. Don't get through that clump there. The other side's not too bad, but I'll do it anyway. There we go. So that's most of the glue off there, so that should be okay. Now, I've got to do that another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably another 12 times, 12 or 13 times. So it's going to be a bit boring for you to watch. So I'm going to switch it off there. Spend the next couple of